Hello everyone. Let us continue with our series on data science. In last class I told you how we can plot different type of charts and graphs and how we can visualize our data using R. In this video we will study how we can analyze our data. Also we will discuss the statistical terms which are commonly used. If you are new to this channel then please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notification. What is statistical analysis? It is the science of collecting, exploring, and presenting large amount of data to discover underlying patterns and trends. Statistics is a discipline that concerns with the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data. Statistical analysis in R programming language is performed using many inbuilt functions. Most of these functions are the part of R package. These functions take R vector as an input along with the argument and give the result. Now we'll discuss mean, mode and median one by one. So first, what is mean? Mean is simply the sum of all the values divided by the total number of values. In R, the function mean is used to calculate. You can see the basic syntax how we can calculate the mean. So let us take an example. First we have created a vector that is x, and then we will calculate the mean. We will print the value of the mean. It comes out to be 8.22. Next we will study how we can apply trim option. When trim parameter is applied, the values in the vector get sorted and then the required number of observations are dropped from calculating the mean. When trim is equal to 0.3, values from each end will be dropped from calculations to find the mean. For example, here we have taken trim is equal to 0.3. So in the output we get 5.55. Next, how we can apply the NA option. If there is any missing value, then the mean function returns NA. NA means not applicable. So to drop the missing value from the calculation, we use NA.rm. RM stands for remove. NA.rm is equal to true, which means we remove the NA values. So you can see the example. First we have created a vector, then we will calculate the mean, and then we will calculate the mean by dropping the NA values. Next topic, that is median. So what is median? Median is the middlemost value in a data series. In R, median function is used to calculate its value. The basic syntax to calculate the median is, okay, so let us take an example. Here we have created a vector that is x. Now we can find the median value and we can display the value of median. Next we will study about mode. What is mode? Mode is a value that has the highest occurrence, highest number of occurrence in a set of data. So in a given set of data, the value which has appeared the maximum number of times, that is called the mode. In R, we do not have a standard inbuilt function to calculate the mode. So we create a user-defined function to calculate the mode of a data. This function takes the vector as an input and gives the mode value as the output. Next topic is regression. In regression analysis, we can estimate the relation between variables. Here the focus is on the relationship between the dependent variable and one or more independent variable. One of these variables is called a predictor. The other variable is called the response variable. Now we will study linear regression. Linear regression consists of two main variables that are related through an equation where exponent power of both the variable is 1. Mathematically, a linear relationship represents a straight line when plotted as a graph. The general equation is y is equal to ax plus b. You must have studied in mathematics straight lines. Y is equal to mx plus c. Here y is the response variable and x is a predictor value. A and b are constant called coefficients. In linear regression, there is a linear relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. For example, regression model can be used to predict the height of the children with data given about their age, weight, and other factors. In logistic regression, the dependent variable is categorical, that is 0 or 1, true or false, yes or no, A, B, C in nature. It is known as logistic regression. Here the y value is 0 for the certain value of x and y value is 1 for certain value of x. Now why we can't use linear regression? In linear regression, the y value is in a range, but in our case, the y value is discrete. That is, the value is either 0 or 1. Next, what is multiple regression? Multiple regression is an extension of linear regression. In linear relation, we have one predictor and one response variable, but in multiple regression, we have more than one predictor variable and one response variable. The general mathematical equation for multiple regression is y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus till so on to bn xn, where y is the response variable, a comma b1 comma b2 till so on to bn are the coefficients, x1 comma x2 comma till so on to xn, they are the predictor values. Here the LM function is used to create the relationship between the predictor and the response variable. Next we will study about normal distribution. Normal distribution is a probability function that describes how the values of a variable are distributed. Normal distribution is a type of a continuous probability distribution. The center of the curve represents the mean of the data set. In the graph, 50% of values lie to the left of the mean and the other 50 lie to the right of the graph. Next topic is binomial distribution. Binomial distribution model deals with the finding of probability of success of an event which has only two possible outcomes in a series of experiments. Binomial distribution can be thought of as simply the probability of a success or failure. For example, tossing of a coin always gives a head or tail. The probability of finding. Next topic is time series analysis. Time series analysis is a statistical technique that deals with time series data or trend analysis. Time series data means the data is in a series of a particular time periods or intervals. For example, the price of a stock in the stock market at different points of time on a given day. Another example is the amount of rainfall in a region at different months of the year. Our language uses many functions to create, manipulate, and plot the time series data. The syntax for writing the time series function is: here start specifies the start time of the first observation and end specifies the end time for the last observation. Frequency specifies the number of observations per unit time. Three terms which are extensively used in statistics and analysis of a data set and are interrelated are variance, covariance, and correlation. So now we will study how they are interrelated and how they are different from each other. So have a look. Variance is a measure of variability from the mean. Covariance is a measure of relationship between variability of two variables. And correlation or correlation coefficient defines the statistical relationship between two data sets and their interdependence. The formula for covariance is: here xi is the value of the x variables, yj is the values for the y variable, x bar is the mean average of the x variable, y bar is the mean average of the y variable, and n is the number of data points. Next topic is correlation. Correlation between different variables may be either positive or negative. Positive correlation: when the two variables move in the same direction, that is, if one increases then the other also increases, and if one decreases then the other also decreases. So such a relation is called positive correlation. For example, relationship between price and supply. Negative correlation: when the two variables change in different direction. For example, the relationship between price and demand. So both the price and the demand, they are inversely proportional to each other. If one increases then the other decreases, and if the one decreases then the other increases. So they show inverse relationship. Correlation may be linear or non-linear. Linear correlation: when the two variables change in a constant proportion, it is called linear correlation. Non-linear correlation: non-linear correlation when the two variables do not change in any constant proportion. The relationship is called non-relation. There are different methods of estimating the correlation. Some of the important ones mentioned in your book are scatter diagram method, second is Karl Pearson coefficient, third one is the Spearman rank.